American Girl just released their latest holiday collector edition doll. It's an annual tradition for American Girl to release collaborations with Swarovski, which I can never say correctly. We get those every year at the holidays, but this year we actually have an additional collab partner in this, and it's FAO Schwarz. This is the first of 3 holiday releases we're getting this year. July feels a little early to be getting a Christmas release, but here we are. So I think the holiday releases are actually going to be a lot more limited this year. Apparently they're only making up to 4,000 of these, and I swear they made like more than 10,000 in previous years. So I'm kind of expecting these to sell out, and I'm guessing one of the reasons they're making fewer of each doll is they're probably thinking not many people are going to be buying all 3 of them. I think a lot of people are going to just be picking their favorite, and that's certainly what I would do, because if the following releases are also $300, that's a pretty big ask in this economy to be spending $1,000 on holiday dolls this year. So yeah, I feel like these might be selling out quicker than in previous years. Before we get started, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to this channel. I post American Girl news, reviews, and unboxings all the time, so I would love to have you back for more. All right, let's get into the review. So my first impressions are I absolutely love her. She is very Christmassy, which to me is a huge relief. I know in previous years the dolls were popular, but they weren't very Christmassy looking. Like last year's especially, I have to say I personally didn't even really like that much. I thought it was like so in left field. And as somebody who likes things that are like from left field, I don't know, that doll, like just the color palette and everything just was not for me. So to see something that is so like iconically Christmas, like with this toy soldier theme, I am so excited about. I think this doll looks amazing. I really think they're back on track as far as like a really nice classic Christmas aesthetic for this year. So I'm actually really excited to see what we're going to get in August and September as well. So even though I've never been to FAO Schwarz in my entire life, it's still weirdly nostalgic to me because it was such an iconic thing, especially in the 90s. I remember it was like a big deal in Home Alone 2. So yeah, weirdly, even though I've never been and don't know a whole lot about it, it's still such an iconic toy store, even for somebody like me who grew up in the rural South in the 80s and 90s. So right off the bat, I really love this doll. It's great that they actually made a new doll this year and didn't do just a slightly modified Truly Me doll. We have a brand new combination of, face mold, eyes, and hair and everything. So I think that's really going to help people get excited about this doll because she is really, really pretty. So she has the Josefina face mold, which is my personal favorite face mold of all time for American Girl. So like I said, we're off to a great start already. And she's got really light blue eyes. I'm going to say these are probably the eyes that they used for Kirsten. They look very similar to the Kirsten light blue eyes. And that might be foreshadowing that we actually are going to get Kirsten back in stores before too long. I really hope so. I mean, I love Kirsten. It's crazy to me that they still don't have her back in stock. But anyway, I think this doll looks really, really great. I will say, as far as the eyes are concerned, I kind of wish they had gone with more of a green colored eye. Like, I can't think of, off the top of my head which dolls have like the pinwheel eyes in like a darker green, but I think that probably would have looked just a tiny bit more Christmassy. I don't know. Again, that's probably a nitpick because again, I think this doll is really pretty, but I think having like green eyes paired with that red top, like the toy soldier jacket, I think that would have been just a little bit more Christmassy. So I kind of wish they had gone with green eyes, but yeah, the doll is still really pretty. She does have the painted eyelashes on both her upper and lower eye sockets, which people are very divided on it. And I know there are some people that really love them, and there are people like me that don't personally like them. I do see kind of the benefit of adding some like actual extra painted details, maybe on the top lid, but the bottom lashes, I have to say, they still look like crow's feet to me. I cannot unsee it because the doll's eyes actually have real bristly eyelashes on them. So to have painted eyelashes in addition, they start to read as something else. It's like you've got 2 types of eyelashes. So if you're printing these on the eye socket, to me, they kind of look like wrinkles. I can't unsee it. I'm sorry. I hope I haven't planted a bad seed in your mind by saying that. But yeah, I'm just really not in the camp of being a fan of the painted eyelashes. I wish they would maybe just alter the actual real eyelashes on the eyes rather than just painting additional lashes on them. Sorry, that's just my personal opinion. I know we're all divided on this topic. She has super long curly hair, and I think they've described it as like dark brown with caramel colored highlights, and I think it looks really great with her skin tone. They've got it styled in a side pony, which is really great because I think that will look good in a box, and so it kind of gives the doll some extra dimension. Sometimes if you have like really like big bushy hair or whatever, it can kind of get messed up over the years, so I think this actually will probably like survive really well in this display box if you decide not to unbox her. So I think this is a really cute hairstyle for the toy soldier look. Her ears are pierced, which again is another value add because I think that they charge like $18 to pierce doll ears, and they put a pair of I will not say this incorrectly the entire video. I will not say Swarovski correctly once, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. So she has gold studs with red Swarovski crystals in them. You can't really see them great in the photographs, but they're just kind of a minimal look, which is great because there's so much going on in this outfit. It would be kind of annoying if she had like really big dangly earrings. So it's just that like extra little added detail that I think is really cute. I really do love this outfit because, as I've said a million times before, I really love doll jackets and sweaters and stuff. And honestly, I'm really relieved to finally see a doll that's not just your typical like princess, like foofy little doll, you know, with the big pink flowy dress. I don't know, sometimes they just get so princessy, which I understand it's a collector doll. Children love princesses, but to me, I really love something that's got like more of a fashion take and something that's like a little bit more modern. And I just really love this take on a toy soldier. I think the doll still looks feminine, but she's just a little bit edgier to me, which I really love. But again, I have to reiterate, I don't like princessy dolls. I'm not much of a Disney person. I mean, maybe it's because I haven't watched Disney movies as an adult. Maybe I would get back into it, but princesses really just aren't my jam. I don't like really like girly, like frilly outfits on dolls. I like the ones that are more tailored like this. So this really is right up my alley. I think it is so, so pretty. Also, this jacket is actually a velvet jacket, which is such a great detail. I know it's one of those subtle things, but a lot of times like the fabric choices make a really big difference in the quality and the feel of a doll. And as we've seen, you know, with a lot of the stuff that American Girl is selling for cheaper, sometimes the fabrics are kind of thin and stuff. So to see something made with actual velvet not only speaks to the like the high quality of the outfit for this doll, but I think velvet is so Christmassy, so Christmassy. So like, who doesn't think about Molly's like green velvet Christmas dress when you think about Christmas dolls? So to have something made with velvet is really, really great for Christmas. Notably, there aren't that many Swarovski crystals on this outfit, which in past years, I think they were boasting how many actual crystals were in the outfit because, you know, again, we had these big like poofy dresses just completely littered with crystals. So they've really dialed it back this year. Again, I'm sure they were trying to figure out how to manage costs on this thing, which we'll talk about price in a little bit. But I do think that there aren't as many crystals as people would expect, which I'm totally fine with. I don't personally love like a billion blinged out crystals on American Girl dolls because, again, I come from like the mindset of a collector that collects historical stuff. So to see a super blinged out glittery American Girl doll is more of a modern kind of take. So for me, somebody who loves like the traditional American Girl dolls, as well as something that, you know, is Christmas themed, which also feels very traditional. I'm like not upset that this thing isn't completely just drowning and dripping in crystals. So I think they did a good amount, but I bet you it probably will be a sticking point for some people that there aren't that many crystals on here because, you know, again, I think that just seems like a really big value add for people. But to me, it's not a big deal. I actually kind of prefer that she is not just like blindingly glittery. So she is $300, which I'm assuming you're going to get free shipping on her, but $300 is a pretty big increase from last year. The Winter Princess dolls, and I forget what the peacock one was called, but the doll herself was cute, but that outfit, I'm sorry, I just absolutely hated it. But in previous years, these dolls were about $250 at retail, so we're seeing a $50 increase, and I think one of the main reasons for this is that we're probably having to pay for one additional license with this doll. So you know, I'm assuming that they would have to pay a license to use the word Swarovski, even if they're using like their actual crystals. And then so to have an additional license to be able to brand this as an FAO Schwarz doll, yeah, that just comes with costs. So that's probably the biggest reason we're seeing the increase in price this year. And again, you know, I've always said American Girl has done a really good job at managing inflation. So I haven't seen a ton of price increases like just because on their behalf. So I would venture to say if they're charging $300 for this doll, I think there is actual additional cost for them in making this. I don't think they're just doing it just to try and get more money out of us for no reason. So I'm going to guess it's because there's 2 licenses. That's why it's more expensive this year. But also, I do think this outfit is a really great quality outfit. I mean, the skirt itself is so cute. It's got multiple layers on it, and I think they said it's like a mesh fabric. top on it. It almost has like a little bit of a tutu feel, which is really cute. It kind of makes you think of the Nutcracker a bit. But again, it's a separate piece as well. So you're not just getting like the jacket sewn onto the skirt. And, I do think that they are making sure that if you're somebody that's going to unbox and play with this doll and redress it, you're getting as much value out of it as possible. Again, the skirt is a separate piece. She comes with underwear and socks. Even though the socks aren't visible with the boots on, she still has all of the pieces that you would expect a doll to have. And again, because they're all separates, that does add a little bit of value because you can kind of reuse those pieces if you plan on undressing this doll after Christmas and using her just as part of your main doll collection, because there's nothing like super Christmassy looking about the doll herself. She's just a really gorgeous, basically truly me doll. She doesn't have any extra like weird makeup or anything on her from what I can tell. So it's great that the pieces are separate. And again, I really love the hat, and I love that they went all out with it, because a lot of times, especially like on doll scale, if you're trying to fit things inside a box for display, it can be really tempting to say, okay, well, if the hat really should be this tall, like to be to scale, let's maybe cut like this much off of it so we can keep costs down. And, again, to have a hat that tall, it makes the box bigger, which makes getting that doll from China to America a lot more expensive when we're talking shipping 4,000 dolls. So again, for them to make the hat like a really, really tall hat, it just, to me, says that they really tried to do great quality on this doll. And I just think the fact that they made that hat as tall as it is, it really adds to the iconic look, to like that toy soldier look to her. It doesn't look as derivative as it would have if they'd made it short. So I love how tall that hat is. And they have really great details on it too, like the FAO letter blocks, the toy blocks. I think that is so cute too. Just a really nice detail. Again, there's so much value in this outfit. I think it is so, so cool. Again, I have to say, I would really have to split hairs and nitpick to find something about this doll I don't like, especially the outfit. I would say if I could find one nitpick, is I kind of wish that the boots were more of a matte leather instead of a patent leather. But again, that really is not a big deal. It's just, if I were designing it, that's one change I would made. Or one change I would have made. But the only two things that I think I would even consider changing about this doll are, I wish she had green eyes, like a deep green pinwheel eye. I just think that would have looked more Christmassy. And again, maybe the boots not be shiny, but I bet a lot of people will like the shiny boots. So again, that's just personal preference. And that is a testament to how great I think this doll is, because there is so little I would change about her. I really do love her a lot. I also think the box design is really good, and it's similar to what we've gotten in previous years, which is great. I actually think they found a really good design that works great for not only like a doll looking great on retail shelves, but it's also one that would look great on display, because they've done a really good job of keeping it kind of minimalistic. I don't personally love packaging for dolls when everything has like a billion illustrations on it and just all these different like windows and just like things in the box on the background. And it just, to me, it can really distract from the doll. And I think if you've gone to the effort to make a really beautiful doll with a lot of intricate details on it, to me, it doesn't make sense to make a really busy box. So I think they have done a great job of making a box that looks high-end, it's clean, and it doesn't distract from the doll. And I think red was the perfect color for that as well. It blends in with the outfit really great. And again, it's really Christmassy for it to be red. At some point, I probably want to do like a full critique of Pleasant Company and American Girl packaging, but a spoiler alert for that video is I actually don't really like the boxes that they've been shipping American Girls in for, the last several decades, with that little porthole on the front. I wish they could come up with something a little bit better than that. I don't particularly like those boxes, but these almost said winter princess dolls, but the holiday boxes that they've been using for the last several years, I think look really great. And I wish they could find a way of kind of taking this style of box and keeping it high-end looking for the standard doll line. Again, I just think this looks so much better, because it is difficult to make a full window doll box look expensive. And I think in previous years, I think around 2017 when like Tinny and Logan were released, they did have full window boxes for that line. And to me, they looked really cheap because, again, they put too many illustrations and colors on those, and it just kind of had like a cheap look for that range of dolls. So, and again, I know in the retail stores in like 98, I think it was, when they opened them in Chicago and stuff, they did have full window boxes then, and those looked a lot better because the boxes were basically white with a band around them. So I really wish that they could come up with a way of doing maybe a full window front box that looks high end for every day, because again, I think these holiday doll boxes prices look really, really great. They look great in stores and they look great in a doll display, because a lot of people that are spending $300 on holiday dolls every year want to keep them pristine and they leave them in the boxes. So the box design is super important. But all that's to say is I think the box is really great and the doll looks great in it. So as of today, I believe this doll is only available to Berry Rewards members, but I think it's only for the first 24 hours. So if you're not a Berry member, I believe as of tomorrow, you'll be able to buy her. She'll be available to the general public. I don't anticipate her selling out to only Berry members. So if you really do want her, you should have a good chance at getting her, but I probably wouldn't wait. I do have a feeling that she will sell out before long, especially because it's so early in the, like, it's not even the holiday season. So I really do think people are probably focusing their collections and their dollars on other things right now, but maybe once people start getting all Christmassy and nostalgic, you know, around, you know, October, November, they might be wishing that they bought this doll in July when it was available. So you might be seeing some pretty high scalper prices on this doll this year. So I would keep that in mind. Again, I'm not sponsored by American Girl or anything. I'm just saying this from one collector to another, because I am considering getting this doll. So I feel like you probably want to buy her sooner rather than later, because I bet you the scalper prices on this doll are going to be sky high this year. So that said, do you think I should get her? I think the main thing that's stopping me from getting her is I'm going to be like right in the middle of moving from one side of the country to the other when this doll starts shipping. I think they're going to start shipping her on August 1st, and I don't even know where I'm going to be. So I'm a little bit nervous that the doll won't even show up if I purchase her, but this is the first holiday doll that they've released that I actually really, really like, and I kind of want to get my hands on her because, first of all, I think it would be fun to kind of share her with you on the YouTube channel, but I don't know, I just want to try my hand at buying a collector doll from American Girl, because I don't know, I just think they did a really, really great job on her this year. And again, she looks really Christmassy, so she would just be good Christmas decoration for the house, I feel like, even if she didn't go with the rest of my dolls on display. So I don't know, I'm really thinking about getting her. So I want to know if you think I should. And I also want to know if you're going to get her as well, because I've heard some people say that they really aren't feeling this doll, which is like mind-blowing to me because I'm so into her this year. So I'm really curious if you're going to get her or not. And if you are going to get her, tell me if you're going to get her now or if you're going to try and wait, because I'm so curious how quickly she's going to sell out. Also, if you're not going to get her, I'm curious if it's because of the price point, because I think this is one of the most expensive dolls that they've sold retail in American Girl history. So I feel like people are kind of getting upset at the rising costs of everything. And I feel like that's probably the biggest sticking point with whether or not somebody's going to purchase this doll. So if you're not going to buy her, let me know if it's because the price point on it, because I'm very, very curious. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit the thumbs up button down below if you like this video. It really helps me reach more people. And we just hit 2,000 subscribers on the channel. So I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that's joined me for my doll collecting adventures. I know a lot of you have basically been here since the beginning. I started this channel about 8 months ago, and some of you I recognize in the comments that have been commenting for months, and I really, really appreciate you saying hi every video. It's so much fun to get to know some of you. So I just wanted to say again, thank you so much for joining me on this crazy ride. If you want more doll content from me, I actually have a Patreon account. So for $3 a month, you actually get an extra video every week and additional perks like discounts in my doll shop and uncensored videos. Everything is ad-free. It's a really fun place. Oh, and we also have a really amazing Discord community. So if you want to get to know other like-minded doll collectors, be sure to check that out, because I basically have made new friends in the community in that Discord server. It's really, really fun. We talk about dolls all day long, and it's, you know, all different types of people, you know, with different types of collections. So I have actually learned some things from people in that group as well. And it's really has been a great community. So be sure to check that out if you want to find even more doll content. You can find it at patreon.com/idreamofjohnny. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm at idreamofjohnny on TikTok and Instagram. All right, that's it for today. I hope to see you real soon. Bye for now.